on this broadcast tonight, we have Cameron Clever, Jack Rebecca 1, and the White Bowser and myself talking about gaming talk, prequels, and remakes.
Hooray! How are you liking my sound effects? Okay.
Liking them very much, Cameron. And
Okay.
since you're the one in control of sound effects, why don't you go first and share your thoughts on prequels and remakes?
Okay, right, so...
We'll focus on prequels first.
Okay, right. So, prequels are always... Because, like, when you just make a simple game and you just get a ton of stuff on it, sometimes if there's, like, say, a backstory but that people want to find out about, they normally want a prequel. So, what this basically is, so I'm kind of like a movie, I guess. People, like, this guy's got a backstory and you just want to see how it all plays out, so you just want a prequel of it. So it's basically what happens in games where you make a game and there's certain things that people just want to know and game developers just want to develop on, so they make just these prequels of the games so that people can actually get more out of it and it has more like attraction to those kind of series, no, that kind of thing. But the thing is with that is that sometimes the prequels kind of just screw up storylines and all that, so that's kind of a problem with prequels of movies.
So what was that, Jack?
Like Kingdom Hearts, because that game has too many prequels, sequels, and remakes. So now the story is convoluted and impossible to follow.
Yeah, it's kind of like going into a timeline about it. It's kind of like going into a timeline about a game, specifically Legend of Zelda, because if you actually go down to you can actually see the official one. Since like more games have been made for the series, but they actually act as prequels of things that have happened in the series. They have what's happened is 3 official Zelda timelines have actually gone 3 separate timelines, so it really just screws everything up. So if you're ever making a sequel, then it just advances it even more. So otherwise, if the game designers like do pick up on this and they do want to sort it out, they'll make a game that, like, I don't know, say Legend of Zelda, when the hero dies, maybe they'll make a game where it's like he goes through the dying phase, but he has a chance to like relive his fate, kind of, and then it goes back, then that timeline just comes out, something happens at that game, then it just sorts out one of the timelines. But it's just, with the prequels and all that, like I said, it does screw things up sometimes, so, but it does have a lot of recognition once, like, people find out they're gonna develop on something.
Jack and I were talking about this on Skype a few days ago, and we talked about how Metroid Other M was basically the worst prequel for Metroid ever. How it totally screwed up Samus's backstory. Jack, share your thoughts on prequels.
Well, I like them if they're done right, so the majority of the time they can screw up timelines, like Metroid and Zelda, for instance. But other times they can be done really well and explain things that we don't know about them.
Yeah, because it seems like whenever you do a prequel, if the audience isn't satisfied with the backstory, they'll just rage on it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's just the thing, though. Sometimes if the game designers have to can't just appeal to the fans all the time, they have to reveal the story as they see fit. But then what they do isn't always what we expect. That's just like in Metroid Other M, we didn't expect Samus to be a cry baby when she encountered Ridley. No, we didn't expect that. So it's kind of really just messes up the storyline about what should happen. If you even look on the Metroid wiki, they actually took down the Metroid Prime trilogy off of the timeline once Metroid Other M came into the timeline, and everyone's like, "What the heck? Why'd you do that?" So sometimes prequels don't just mess up the storyline; they also mess up the character. And when they mess up the character, people kind of tend to walk away from it, and that's not good. One gaming franchise that does. Okay, guys, quick pop quiz time. What gaming franchise does not have a prequel? Cameron, answer the question.
Oh,
It's Nintendo.
that's Mario,
Nintendo.
right? Mario is always. Oh wait,
No.
no, not Mario. No, I don't know.
Jack? Jack?
We must have a silent sneeze, and then a big heavy blow. You've really got to sort your mic out, Jack.
Shut up. Working.
Jack? Okay.
Meanwhile, on the other side of town.
Shut up.
Okay,
I'm not
so
sure. Lots.
Jack, what gaming franchise or Nintendo series does not have a prequel?
Kirby.
No. And we talked about this on Skype, how this game franchise doesn't have a prequel and how it ended.
I can't remember.
Star Fox.
Oh yeah.
Star Fox does not
I
have
just
a
facepalm myself.
Yeah, well, you do deserve that, Cameron. Star Fox does not have a prequel, and that is why it's failing. If any of you have either of you played Star Fox Command?
Yes.
No, I have never played any Star Fox game.
Shame on you. Well,
Shame on me.
Yes, if you have played Star Fox Command, you will know if you reach the end of the game, you will know they officially ended the storyline in Command. I mean, you even look it up on the official fan site, and it says that the creator of Star Fox said Star Fox Command was the end of the storyline.
And there never was an original Star Fox game ever again.
Well, yeah, but that's just the thing, though. All good things come to an end, but when it comes to timelines, things can't go on forever. And when the creator says that this is the final game, you gotta give them a break. I mean, if you played Command, and appreciate the storyline, you will know that that's the last game in the series. However, they did not have an official prequel. Like there was no game with James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare. Besides, I want to see young Peppy Hare like in a segment when James McCloud says,
Barrel.
yeah, and then exactly. James McCloud will say, "Peppy, what are you doing? We're trying to dodge all these enemy attacks." Peppy will say, "I'm doing that mother flipping barrel roll."
Yeah, I can just imagine, like, when he's younger, he's like, "Hey, buddy, what you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing your barrel roll." Ah!
That'd be the best thing ever. Young Peppy Hare barrel rolling like a boss.
Yeah, baby, Pepe. He's barrel rolling like a boss, cause he's only young, like 3 months old. But who even gives a damn? Because this was when his first barrel roll happened. Do a
Yes.
barrel roll! Ah!
Yes.
Why does he sound like Bowser?
Thank you.
You were just
it's
you were
been a
saying,
great
Jack.
night.
Jack, you were saying I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Why does young Peppy sound like Bowser Jr.?
Because he can.
No, that's just because Cameron's putting the voice acting on there. That's why.
I am the voice actor. I am the ultimate voice actor, and there's no way you can stop me from that.
Oh, really? Are you so sure about that, little man? Are you so sure you're the invincible voice
Little
actor that
man.
you can best me?
Little man. I am
Little
a
man?
little man. I'm a
Little man?
little man. I'm a
Oh,
little
yeah,
Here
little
comes
man.
a voice acting contest.
voice
Oh.
On one side, the white Bowser. On the other
Listen
side.
to me very carefully, young people. We are on the verge of precipice disaster. We cannot beat them. We must fire everything. Fire everything.
actor. Ready, set, go!
Oh,
How are you liking my gun?
let's get back on.
Luigi.
Let's get back on subject for the time being. Maybe when we all do a collab LP of an RPG game when there are a lot of voice acting, then we'll compete against each other. But not now.
Kevin.
We all know I win anyway.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Oh,
Cameron
well, we
can't win
shall
anything.
see, Mr. Luigi.
No, Cameron, you
That's
can't win
more
anything. We know
Luigi to
that.
you.
Okay, fine.
Cameron, we all know you can't win anything, so just be quiet.
No!
Burn!
Oh yeah? I win more subscribers. Okay.
Well, half of them are monetizers, so
Smash
shut your
Bros.
face. Hey,
Okay.
Cameron, half of your subscribers are monetizers, so oh.
Um,
Jack, you sound so enthusiastic there. What the heck
It's
do you
my
mean by
thing.
half of my subscribers are monetizers?
Monetize,
Oh, I
subscribe.
see what you mean. Since they want you to like subscribe and watch videos.
Mono
But
subscribers.
hey, who even gives a damn?
Subscribertizers.
I'm okay. What I'm trying to say here, back on subject for crying out loud. Okay.
Right. Okay. So prequels. So let's go see. Star Fox doesn't have a prequel, which they need. Um. Prequels tend to mess up storylines and character behavior and attitude. Um. Any of the thoughts on prequels? Like, are they good? Are they bad? How can game designers make prequels good? Yeah. Go.
Um, well, basically what they need to do is they need to look back at the previous games and make sure that they get everything right, as opposed to Samus.
Yeah, because that's just the thing. If they don't take the time to review the after games or the before games before they make the prequel, then they'll mess it up, and that's why I think game designers don't take time to appreciate their own storylines just to make more money and make a new game, right? Yeah. So
Yes,
Cameron, share your thoughts on this.
Well, you can't really blame the designers just for a screwed up timeline because when they're like just making a prequel for a game like a game that advances on another game, they don't really take the time to look at every single petty detail in one game and just say, okay, we have to get this one thing right in this game, okay? So you can't really say that it's the designer's fault for not getting every single thing right for the prequels of games because otherwise you'd just be like, hey, well, guess what? We're designers and we don't really give a damn. We'll just say that Samus was actually a boy. Yeah.
right. Can I say something about this here?
Okay, go ahead,
I
Jack. Go
can
ahead, Jack.
I can understand if in a long game series if they got like details wrong.
Yeah.
But if it was a short game series, then they would be able to easily just go through the game. I mean,
Well, I guess that's where Legend of Zelda just falls flat because it's got so many games, and how Legend of Zelda has been milked so much in the Nintendo series. And that's another. Well, this is off
I
topic,
wish there
but
was a cow effect in here. I could just go meow when you said milked.
that's just This is off topic, I guess, but there are some gaming franchises or series that have been milked so, like the Mario series, like the Call of Duty
like New
series.
Super Mario Bros. Is the recent.
We have New Super Mario Bros. Then we decided to make a Wii version of it. Then we decided to make a number 2 version of it that goes into 3D. And then we decided to make a 4th version of it that is actually in a U because we like the letter U. And then it goes into the new console so that people actually buy the console. And then they don't buy any other games, so we have to wait until the next year when E3 comes out. And then that's the end of everything.
Exactly. So that's just the thing, though. Like when these gaming corporations milk these series, they just fall flat, and the series they lose coordination. They lose their timeline. Their timelines get all screwed up because they can just keep on advancing on that one gaming series and not focusing on maybe making a new gaming series. But the reason why they don't make a new gaming series is because new stream games don't appeal to the audience like mainstream already there games. Like
Yeah, it's because, like, say, you got to see how many Mario fans there are out there, Legend of Zelda, Metroid. It's basically like you have to get it early to win it.
say for example, do any of you know what Tales of Symphonia is?
No. Oh, Tales of Symphonia. Yeah. I've heard it. I've heard it mentioned many times on videos, but I have no idea what it is or
Jack?
what it's about. I know it's a GameCube game, though.
I don't have it, and I've got pretty much the same amount of information as Cameron.
Yeah,
Everybody has the same information as me.
I have the
besides
game,
everybody.
and I can fairly say that game kicks Super Mario Sunshine's ass. So I'm just gonna say right now, that is the reason why mainstream games are beating these new stream games, and how new stream games can't function in the market, and that's why these gaming franchises keep on milking the other mainstream games. So
Yeah.
that's just difficult that way. for
Yeah,
them
and
to do
everybody
that.
knows that the game that kickstarted the Mario series was Super Mario Sunshine. What's all this picky eating like goop? It's moving!
Right. Well, that is true. Yeah.
Silent, weird
Can't
voice
really
acting
disagree.
for the win.
Alright, so that's just one thing to look forward to is well, came back. Well, that's a little bit off topic.
I've got
We could
something to
we
say.
could do another game talk video about how gaming franchises should stop milking certain game series, but getting back on topic for prequels and
I, can I
prequels.
say something about the
Oh,
prequels? I
sure.
mean, there has been one game since 2012 that I can say was a popular non-mainstream game at the time, and that's Kid Icarus Uprising, because that hasn't been in for more than 10 years, so
Yeah.
that's like, and everyone liked that. Unless Karen, who didn't buy it.
Oh yeah, but it's kind of like with game theory, because that's actually one of them, Kid Icarus, where they just make a game. It isn't really mainstream because they don't do anything with it. Like, well, in
Guys,
Nintendo's
hold
case,
on.
we just put it in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Oh,
Guys, hold on, but now we're getting on the subject of remakes, because that's essentially what Kid Icarus Uprising is. It's a remake, only added in a few, added in an alternative ending. But
yeah,
anyways,
but I'm trying to go. I'm just
sorry.
trying to go into it.
An
Sorry, yeah.
entire half of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what is it? Yeah, Star Fox and Kid Icarus, where well, not Star Fox. But for Kid Icarus's point of view, it's where they make a game for it. They don't really do anything with it except like give it a certain role in the game, but
And make it
that.
amazing.
Yeah, and then suddenly they just come out with another game because they expect that a ton of people would have played that one game and be like, oh boy, I can't wait for another game to come out. 10 years later, oh look, they came up with another game, but then again, they haven't done it for 10 years, I've lost all interest, bye. That's kind of the problem with
Everyone
it.
liked that game. I mean, other than
Yeah,
you.
what I've seen, it is a good game though, but if
How do
people...
you know? You haven't played it.
Actually,
No, I know it's a game, I've seen...
the only
It's good.
let me just stop you there. The only downside to Uprising are the controls. That's the only downside to the game.
Yeah. I'm left-handed, so I had quite a bit of trouble with the controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen reviews of it, so I know.
the
what you
only
mean.
real problem with that game is just the controls. That's the only real problem I see with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising. It's a great game. It's a great. It's not just a remake. It's a totally new re-envisioning, especially how they added that alternative ending. How they added in Hades and alternative ending. How Chapter 10 was such a big plot twist, and they extended the storyline so far and made it such a complete game. Kid Icarus Uprising was truly meant to be the kind of game that would just complete. It would just satisfy the fans for the next 10 years. They made Kid Icarus Uprising a game that would hopefully satisfy the fans for the next 10 years because they might never return to the Kid Icarus series. So that was the point when they made that Kid Icarus game. They wanted to make it so good that it would forever be engraved in the fan base's mind in case they would never come back to the gaming series.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea that the designers came up with for the first game, because they thought that they'd come up with this, it was an entirely new thing, everybody would love it, then wait for the next game to come out, and if there are still some fans out there who have carried on with the legacy of the game, like playing through the Super Smash Bros. Games, then suddenly it comes out, it just connects the gamers even more, and they just know that if they've got a new game, it's been completely re-envisioned, it's well, it's in 3D, then obviously it's going to get a ton of recognition. So, and with the idea that you just said for this game, if they do actually start making even more games because of how awesome that game was, I would like to see a Kid Icarus Uprising 2 or something to develop on the game.
Well, Cameron, with that, there's been an official announcement by Sakurai, which I'm guessing was a joke, but he said the next Kid Icarus Uprising was coming out in 25 years.
Congrats, Nintendo! Thanks!
And to add to that, if they did make Kid Icarus Uprising 2, they better change it, because I don't want it to become New Super Mario Bros.
Yes. Alright, so that's really good. I believe we've covered a lot about prequels. why don't we talk about remakes? Alright, so what makes a good remake? Jack, go.
Um, a good remake is when they remaster it, make it like different, make it fit in with the new generation of games, give it the control style that is mainstream at the time, and then and then maybe make it a little bit different to make it like stop getting stale.
One of the things that remakes really have to be one of the things that gaming franchises have to be careful of, and this goes back to New Super Mario Bros. Gaming franchises need to be careful of too many remakes, otherwise it just gets stale. So the gaming franchises they need to be careful of too many remakes, because if you make too many remakes, then people are gonna say, so what's the point of buying the second remake or the first remake? What's the point of it then? If you just can't make another remake. So but the really thing they want to master is because I'm personally waiting for a remake of Super Metroid. That would be amazing. I want the remake of Super Metroid. That would just be freaking amazing. In fact, I wanted Other M. I wanted like the next Metroid game, like Other M. Instead of Other M, I wanted a remake of Super Metroid. That'd just be the best thing ever. And
White
Other M,
Bowser. Oh,
yeah.
sorry. No, sorry. I was just gonna say, how would you like the idea if, for the Wii U, like they made a HD game just like that, where it had all of the areas you had to go to, the bosses, the
Yes.
upgrades, and all that. All so it's basically Super Metroid, but in 3D with completely redesigned maps and all that,
That
and just
really
new
would
ones.
be the
That
best. I
would
mean,
be awesome.
It
Yeah.
would be because Super Metroid is already regarded by tons of gaming fan sites to be the best Metroid game ever made. I mean,
It
and
probably is.
Yeah.
it is. I mean, even it's even argued by the fan base. No, Metroid Prime is better, and someone says no, Super Metroid is better. So it's like kind of argued like which one's better. So the Super Metroid and Metroid Prime are always clashing for which one's the best Metroid game. And but when you want to go with the classic, when you really want to go with the classic Metroid game, you put Super Metroid first. So yeah, it would
You
it really
throw
would
away your
deserve.
Metroid 2s.
Yeah, so it really would deserve
I'd
being a
buy
remake
that.
of that game. So if there are any games that deserve a remake right now, it would probably be Super Metroid, and of course Star Fox is most deserving of a prequel. But getting back on remakes, Cameron, share your because Jack just told us about his thoughts. Cameron, share your thoughts on what makes a good remake.
I think the key point is develop on characters, because it's kind of like the prequel thing. Like, say they have a backstory, people want to know about it. Well, they may want to know about the backstory, but they also may want to know about what happens after, like what happens in the game. So if it like develops on the character, how his or her attitude is, or just something like that, a key point of their character that just would really help in the game, and then they just have really cool game design that actually has that factor inside of it, along with all the characters and all that. Just develop all of the levels, I guess you could say, all of the visuals, and just make it awesome, I guess. Just make sure that you follow all of those key points, and there you are, a great remake. Oh no, sequel. Sorry, God,
The remake we're talking about, dude.
remake.
Yeah.
I thought
It's like Call of Duty Jack Harrison all over again.
Yes.
I was
Yes, it
talking.
is.
Oh damn it! I was talking about no, not God dang it! No games after that. Okay, right. We already covered remakes though, didn't? Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Prequels.
Yeah.
Cameron, do you know the subject at hand here? But I
Okay,
think what
right.
I
Are you
think
not good at following subjects?
Okay, remakes. Yes. Okay, I'm going into remakes.
no
I'm
no
just
no no. Let me just. I think I
No,
know what Cameron's
actually,
trying
I
to
was
say.
what I was going into. That was actually going into remakes. For a moment there, I just suddenly just went total blank for some reason. Now we're having this stupid conversation.
Anyway, so
Can I continue then?
okay, go ahead.
Okay, right. So so if you actually follow those key factors like on a game, so like developing on original levels, or like that kind of thing, or developing on the character, then adding it into the game. Jack, what's wrong with you? Stop
Cameron,
breathing.
Cameron, stay on topic.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
breathing. Yeah, that's
what's,
possible.
what's wrong with you? Why can't you just stop breathing, man? Alright. So like I said, if you just follow all those factors just for a game and follow all of that to make a remake of that kind of thing, that would really work. And especially in the Pokemon series, because we've already gone into Pokemon before, but I'm trying to say that yeah, because when they make remakes of the Pokemon games, it's really just making it look better visuals and we just add in new Pokemon and that's it. So if it developed on like more characters more often, I guess, and maps and areas and all that, that would definitely make a good remake.
Yeah,
Right, can I say something here?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the Pokemon topic, I think you were talking about Fire Red and Leaf Green and Heart Gold and Soul Silver there, weren't you,
Yes.
Cameron?
Yeah,
Those
I
were
was specifically
fantastic
talking about
remakes.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are both fantastic remakes, but there's also the subject of the third game remakes, like
Yes.
Emerald, Crystal, and Platinum, and
No,
technically, I guess you could sort of count Black and White too.
no, Platinum.
I doubt.
Platinum really doesn't need a remake. Platinum's already a great Pokemon game; doesn't need a remake. But Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby do need remakes.
No, what I meant was that the Emerald, Platinum, and Crystal are all remakes of the games made better
Oh,
in the
yeah,
description
yeah.
that Cameron gave them.
That's true. I'm looking forward to Pokemon Shining Crystal to be a remake be a remake of Hot Gold and Soul Silver, only 10 times better. But that's not gonna happen because they already have X and Y coming out. But yeah.
Yeah, and I really don't think the Pokemon developers want a remake of a remake of a remake.
That's just the thing, though. That's what we're trying to get at. How too many remakes makes the audience feel like this is stale. This is not good.
The
I mean,
exact same thing, nothing different. If they
Yeah.
just yeah.
I mean that's when the audience feels like they're wasting their money, right? Right?
Yes, whenever we say money, you're going to do that, aren't you?
Yeah.
I did it now. Ha! What you got to say
Yes,
about that,
yes.
booze?
Yes. Okay. So that's just the thing, though. You can't make too many remakes, otherwise, you just waste money. So, anyways, yeah. So remakes are good. You just have to be careful not to make too many of them. And what you were saying, Cam, is that when you were kind of maybe off topic, but I think you presented a good point. If in a remake of a game they develop the character of the person or of the main character while making a remake of the game, that really helps because they're not only remaking the game, they're also putting in voice acting, giving more depth to the character and everything. So that really helps. It does.
We'll be watching you, Peel. From Super Mario Sunshine.
Well,
Okay.
yes. But that's the thing though. Nintendo franchise hasn't always been too good with voice acting, if you're all aware.
Yeah, especially with the Toads. Like I said.
I can say that they did Kid Icarus Uprising's voice acting quite well.
No, yeah, that
Yeah.
was awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Especially Hades'
You know,
voice.
the guy who played Pit also played Dark Pit.
Oh.
And Hades' voice voiced by Scott Bullock. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I actually watched a video of the final boss and damn, it really does make him sound like the evil overlord of sorts. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
makes him
does.
sound like the evil troll.
the
Yeah.
evil troll, a son none, as thou
No,
like
if-
Bowser
if
on
you
Super
look- if
Smash
you look
Bros.
at-
Brawl.
If you look at a few pictures of Hades on Google Images, some of them do show him giving kind of a troll face. They do.
Wait, really? So it's got the guy who's like, just looking like with that kind of face.
I know. I'll put an image in this video that will show how he gives kind of a troll face. You'll see it. But anyways, though. So yeah, of course, there's
Yes,
one
man.
of the worst examples of voice acting is Legend of Zelda. Like, excuse me.
Princess.
Yes.
Well, excuse me, princess.
We're very skilled in the art of saying that because
Yeah.
we said it every time it came on when we watched the TV show.
You
Oh my-
watched the TV show?
Yes. Okay. We
Yeah,
need to tell you
that
about
was
this.
so funny.
Okay. Right. So you know that weekend when Jack couldn't actually show up for the brawls, and he said
Yes.
his friends were around. That was actually me and Lynx Gamer. You probably talked to him, Lynx Gamer.
Yeah.
Well, he seriously bought a full DVD of the entire Super Mario Bros. TV show and the disc of The
Super
Legend of
Mario.
Zelda TV show. Oh my god. Okay. All right. We watched all of it, and by the time
It took us hours to get through one episode. Because we
yeah,
paused it
because
on the
like
floor.
we like stopped it at moments
Those
when it
red
just looked
Luigi.
stupid. Oh yeah, Jack, we need to do this bit. I have a cousin who can help.
Damn it.
Yeah, and there's also moments where Luigi is red. That's just great. Okay, right.
Didn't say that.
Okay. So, well, I believe we're getting straight a little bit off topic here, and this conversation has carried along for a long time. So, time for final thoughts. Jack, final thoughts on prequels and remakes.
Well, I can say they're good if they're done right, as I've said. So, basically, if you get the prequel right, add backstory we want to see and don't convolute their existing backstory, then that should be fine. And with remakes, make sure you've changed them at least a little bit, change the controls and modernize the graphics.
And Cameron?
Yeah, I'm definitely going along with what Jack said, and I'd probably say that, in short, okay, right, prequels, develop on backstory, remakes, make sure that you don't screw up developers. That made sense. Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be the main topic. Is developers need to make sure not to screw up when they make these prequels and remakes. Because if they do, then the fans will be disappointed. It'll be a waste of money. It'll be a waste of money, and it might also just not work out. I mean, if you do that, then it just the fans won't be pleased, and they might just lose hope in the series. And it's kind of like what happened with Metroid Other M. I hear that Metroid Other M didn't really sell that well, so I really don't hope the Metroid series falls through because of that. And that's just the thing, though. Game developers, if they're not careful with making prequels and remakes, then they will lose their fan base. So that's a great part to end off on. So with that, end it off. This has been the Gaming Collaboration Noob Nation CNN. This has been the White Bowser,
Cameron Clubber.
And the best one because he gets the full drum roll, Jack and Maca 1.
Shut up, Mr. Luigi Superman.
That's Mama Mr. Luigi Superman to you.
Hey, you can't Cameron, you have no valid argument. He is Superman in a Luigi costume. Give it
That's
up.
Mama Superman and Luigi costume to you.
Yeah, give it up, Cameron. Give it up, Cameron.